This is TechCrunch.
Why Combinator says Apple's App Store has hindered startup growth. I'm Imran Sheikh, and your Daily Crunch for Saturday, featuring 3 big tech headlines and some shade, starts right now. Beijing may have thrown a wrench into Nvidia's plans on making a comeback in China's AI market. You see, Nvidia has instructed its component suppliers to stop production related to its H20 AI chip, according to the information. The production halt comes after Beijing reportedly warns Chinese companies against using these chips because of potential security issues and fears of backdoors that would give the U.S. access to sensitive data. China's government is urging companies to use domestic chips instead, the information reported. This comes a month after companies, including Nvidia, were given the green light to start selling its AI chips designed for China's market. A former software developer has been sentenced to 4 years in prison for sabotaging his former employer's network after leaving the company. Davis Liu was convicted of installing a kill switch on the network of his former employer by planting malicious code designed to crash its servers in the event that he was fired. How James Bond villainy of him. The kill switch was activated when the company terminated Liu's employment and deactivated his credentials, causing the kill switch is DL enabled in AD, referring to whether Liu's account was still active in the company's Active Directory. The incident locked out thousands of employees from accessing the company's systems. The Justice Department, which prosecuted the case, said Liu's employer, which was not named but reportedly was the power tech company Eaton, said the incident caused hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage. Well, it looks like Y Combinator has filed an amicus brief in the ongoing legal battle between Apple and Epic Games, arguing that the App Store has stifled startup innovation. We've reached out to legal reps for YC and Apple for comment. The brief comes during a years-long legal dispute. Epic Games first filed an antitrust lawsuit against the iPhone maker in 2020 in protest of Apple taking a 30% fee for every purchase made in the App Store, as well as in-game purchases. While Epic claimed in its suit that Apple unlawfully banned developers from telling customers about payment alternatives to the App Store. A judge ordered Apple to end its anti-steering policy, but instead, the company implemented a link program that allowed developers to link to alternative payment methods, with the App Store taking a 27% fee. In another complaint, Epic accused Apple of violating the court injunction against anti-steering, and in April, the judge agreed, resulting in an order for Apple to stop imposing restrictions on alternative payment solutions and collecting payment from such methods. Apple is appealing that ruling, and that's why Y Combinator, a backer of Epic Games, has filed this amicus brief in support of Epic Games. Y Combinator is asking the court to deny Apple's appeal. And I've got your startup business news to kick us into the weekend. Thousands of semi-trucks that cut across the U.S. highway system each day are harboring a secret. They're only about half full. San Francisco-based startup Oway is seeking out a narrower business model that more closely resembles Uber for freight, especially on the most inefficient long-haul routes. But it's a model that the startup believes can scale big enough to make an impact on the country's economy. Oway, founded in 2023 and backed by Y Combinator and General Catalyst, recently closed a $4 million seed round in pursuit of that goal. And General Fusion, a Canadian nuclear fusion energy startup, announced today that it had been thrown a lifeline in the form of $22 million in fresh funding. The company had laid off at least 25% of its employees in May in a bid to shore up its stretched finances. At the same time, CEO Greg Twinney wrote an open letter pleading for funding. The additional cash will give General Fusion some breathing room, though not much. A subset of General Fusion's existing investors ultimately ponied up for what the Globe and Mail reports was a pay-to-play round, a financing structure where existing investors must participate to maintain their ownership stakes. And that's your Daily Crunch. Today's stories were reported by Zach Whitaker, Dominic Midori-Davis, and more beautiful, lovely TechCrunch journalists. We'll see you here next week, and until then, find us at TechCrunch.com.